Hey, good morning. Yes, it is. It's Sunday morning, April 21st. So I thought this morning we would follow the same lines of yesterday, but today it's about your own self respect and standing up for yourself and articulating, speaking about what you think is right and wrong. Stay tuned. Alright, so welcome back. My name is Eric, if you didn't already know that. And I do the weekday, Monday through Friday. And it's usually something to do with small engine repair. We put out a few videos per week on educational of how-tos. And then on the weekends, I like to go a little different direction and work on how to better ourselves as a human being. You know, things that we should be doing or could be doing to make ourselves better. But the weekday, the educational, and even the how to better yourself are all on podcast too. So if you don't have time to sit down and watch the video, you can simply download the podcast and listen to what we talked about today, right? All right, so today I want to talk about standing up for yourself and what you deem to be true. You know, you got to stand your ground somewhere. And I'm the type of person that I know who I am, where I am, and why I am where I am. But I'm also open to other people's ideas, okay? But you have to kind of like sell me on it. You just can't profoundly decide that this is the way it's got to be and make it happen. It doesn't work that way. It means standing up for what you believe in, what you feel is true. Truth is always the core, right? And you'd be surprised of how many people, once you start talking about your truth, of how many people also think the same way, agree with you. Now, you're always going to get a couple naysayers. No matter what side of the fence you come in at, there's going to be somebody on the other side. And I can remember, debating back in high school. We used to do debating. And one of the key elements was that you need to be able to debate either side, right? And that's what I look at as the naysayers. Today they may agree with you, but once you say something to be true, then they jump on the other side to debate you on it. Even though they know it's true, they've decided to call you out. Or make snide-ass remarks. So why are we on the topic today about standing up for your truth? The way I see the world now is totally different than what it used to be. And what my beliefs are, my core beliefs are, and I'll be honest with you, is I do believe in God. I do believe Christ died on the cross for us and was resurrected. I believe that there's a lot of good, but there's also a lot of suffering. And the way I look at that, because I've suffered numerous times in my life, all right, and so have you. if you look back on your life, if you got any age to you, there's been some pretty trying times. Whether you're mourning a loss of a loved one, or, a sickness, or, you get injured, where you have pain. But I come from a place where if it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck. All right? And the way society is today, they're trying to tell me, the ones that are hollering the loudest, but they're trying to tell me that no matter how I look at it, it's a zebra. What do you mean it's a zebra? Yes, you have to believe me, it's a zebra. No, it's not. It's walking, talking, quacking, it's a duck. It's a duck. And what am I talking about? It's probably going to get me in trouble. I'm just going to forewarn you. It's a lot like transgenders and, doing surgery on young kids and giving them pills for hormone replacement at an age where they can't think. Or guys claiming to be a woman competing in women's sports against women. Now, society, the woke society, is trying to tell me that no matter what my thoughts and feelings are, that I have to believe that that is true, that that is good. And I disagree. And why do I disagree? I disagree not with how you choose to live your life, how you choose to identify yourself. To each their own, right? But don't tell me that if you were born with, as a male, no matter what you do to your body, you're still a male. You cannot change that. In my eyes, you're still a man. I'm not telling you that the way you are living your life is wrong. Not even close. That's not for me to decide. That's for him. But don't push it onto me and tell me that this is true. Because it's not true. 1 + 1 = 2, not 3. But you're trying to convince me that 1 + 1 is 3 now instead of 2. And that I should change my thought process on what my truth is. Who are you to do that to me? Why would you want to do that to me? What if I did that to you? Then I'd be a racist? Homophobic? All these words get tossed out as a way to justify coming up with 3. I have a lot of friends that are gay. I have family members that are gay. I love them to death. Not that I agree with how they live their life at times, but that doesn't stop me from loving them and being close with them. Any more than for them to tell me how to live my life. What I can tell you is the friends that I have and the family members that I have that are gay are not trying to change the world into thinking that their way is right. It's usually 100% the opposite. They don't want to bother anybody, and they don't want the spotlight on them. They just want to be able to meet people that they associate and feel good with, and that's it. They're not the ones that are standing up for gay rights. They're not the ones that are standing up for transgenders. A lot of the ones that I'm seeing are kids. When I say kids, college and back, high school to college. And these these groups, are not old enough to know exactly what they want in life, or have enough information to give us advice on how we should view them. You have mobs at college universities saying death to the Jews, that they're Hamas. And they're even saying death to Joe. Why are we tolerating this? We know it's wrong. We know what actually happened. It was Hamas that crossed the border and killed hundreds of people in Israel. And they didn't do it, nicely. They raped, beheaded, shot, kidnapped, continued to rape. If somebody did that to my family member, there's no place on God's green earth that you could hide from me. I will find you. I will seek you out, and I will find you. That's what Israel, and we're telling Israel to, have restraint. Why? If someone were to tell me, you need to have restraint, after somebody has come in and brutally raped and killed someone I love, they didn't show restraint. An eye for an eye, right? Well, you're a better person. You need to walk away from it. You can only walk away just so many times. And then you need to stand up and say, this is what I believe. This is what I think. And you have the right to disagree. We can agree to disagree on stuff, okay? But don't tell me what I'm seeing is something else. And this isn't just for college kids. It's for professors, Congress, Senate. We have people that are anti-U.S. that are sitting in public office. My view on it is, if you have all these kids, I call them kids, that are saying they're Hamas and death to the Jews, load them up on a plane and fly them into Palestine and drop them off with Hamas and see how long they last. All your transgenders and woke ideologies, you wouldn't last 10 minutes. No. But yet you're trying to say what they're doing is right, and they're the victim. See, we have this victim mentality that just keeps taking us closer and closer and closer to hell. you can only play the victim so long. But if you're the aggressor and you're still playing the victim, again, it goes back to look over here, not what I'm doing. 1 plus 1 equals 3. And then you take a former president in trial every day on something that the feds decide they didn't want to touch, and the statute of limitations has already gone by, but yet it's still being allowed in our state, in New York, with what the hell is going on? Anybody with a clear thought knows that this is persecution. This is trying to do anything. This shows how far one group has gone and what they have gotten away with. So why not continue doing it? Because there has been no repercussion. There's been no backlash. Because us, the silent giants, have remained quiet, thinking this will just blow over. This is just asinine. Sometime reality's got to come back, right? It's like a pendulum. It's got to swing back, but it hasn't. Well, what I'm getting at is, so in life, you have to sometimes stand up for what you believe in. And you need to hear the other side, right? But like I started out with, today's video is, you need to sell me on it. You need to show me why something is now true that I've never thought of as true. You need to convince me. But you'll never convince me that 1 plus 1 equals 3. Right? We as a society need to stand up, one way or the other. Because if we don't, we're going to start losing all of our rights. And that's not good either. But just so that you're clear on what I'm talking about today, I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life. I'm too busy running my own life. I don't care if you want to, identify as a trans. That's your prerogative. That's your life to live, not mine. And as long as that's true for you, why do you feel the need to make me have to go along with it? Any more than you have to go along with what I see as being the truth. We can agree to disagree.